in slow motion. We're just floating in slow so ocean free. We're just floating it all.
Welcome back to the Cleaning Business Live. I am your co-host, Jamie Runco. I'm with Shannon Miller, the host, the actual host. And today we have a very special guest, somebody that I am just like, ooh, so excited about. Holly Moore. Holly Moore, will you introduce who you are, what you do, and
Yeah, no problem. So I'm Holly Moore. I've been in the residential cleaning industry for 18 years. We actually just turned 18 this June. So
Congratulations.
thank you. Yeah. So I started, I think, when I was 23, 24. I quit teaching school. I was like, this is for the birds. And I went with a college education and then started scrubbing toilets for 6 months. And then here I am 18 years later. And we are in Texas. So I originally started my first location in Austin, Texas, and then we opened up Houston, Texas, which actually now has like two different branches because Houston's so big. And we opened that one up about 10 to 12 years ago. So we are we got you covered in Austin and Houston for sure.
yeah, you do.
And then we have so many, I mean, we're up to 140-ish cleaning technicians. And I have an amazing management staff. I've actually exited Maids Moore, and I solely focus on other projects that I have now. Thank you.
That's the ultimate dream, right? That
Hmm.
is from my coach. That's what I've learned is that is eventually where we all want to be is being able to focus on other things that you're passionate about. And it stayed still, your passions have stayed inside of the cleaning industry,
Yeah,
right?
it has. I just have a really, I guess, a really strong passion for it. I remember when I had my cleaning business and we would be around friends. They're like, oh, this is Holly. She's got a little cleaning business. And it always pissed me off because I'm like, little cleaning business. Like our industry is
Cleaning business,
hard,
small
you know.
cleaning business with my ass.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, come on. I feel like our industry has so much potential and deserves a lot more credit than what it gets. And I think a lot of people aren't looking at it that way. So I've always looked at it that way. I've treated it as, as I could be a giant business from the very beginning and ran it like as if I was, the CEO of Dell. I mean, anything. And it's possible. It's actually amazing because it's so scalable because it's something so simple, and simplicity means scalability. And so I figured that out really early, and I just love the industry. So I'm staying in it. I mean, I got frustrated in 2016, 17-ish when the CRM that we were using just couldn't handle our volume because we kind of broke the mold when it comes to the scale thing. And so I was like, there's got to be a better way. There has to be a better way to run your cleaning service. So that's how the cleaning software was born. And now in 2024, we launched to the nation to offer it for everyone. So I've just been solely focused on TC.
That is awesome. I love it.
Thank you.
The cleaning software, and that's specifically for obviously
For
the
residential
main
cleaning.
the proof is
Now,
in the
what
pudding.
is it? And admittedly, I didn't get a chance to research it. It's a CRM, it's a master scheduler. What is it?
Yeah, it's everything. I mean, it can go from quoting, quotes your houses, follows up everything, all the way down to the payment to the payroll. And then, of course, we're not like a payroll company, but it automatically generates the girl's payroll, on your settings. So it it is simplified. I think when we were at 4 million, and when we implemented, we jumped to 8 million super quick. And now we're about to hit 11.5 this year. So it just,
Let's for our audience, that's 11 million, 11.5 in revenue. Let's just take that because that just to me
That's awesome.
and that's so awesome, and I got goosebumps everywhere. I want everybody out there to know that this is possible and that you have started just where a lot of us started, which is, 200, 300, 400, 500,000,
Mhm.
and, take us to those steps, those early days of those steps of going. Yeah, I mean, because what a $300,000 company looks like to a million is totally different.
Mhm. It is. I think yeah, like the 300 to $1 million mark, you're very still probably in the field, very micromanaging all aspects, wearing all the hats, really, really have to take yourself out of it. And the only way you're going to make it from 300,000 to a million is like, I am mop free. I am not getting back out there because you cannot work on your business to grow your business if you're in it. And so always keeping yourself enough outside of it to have at least part of your time you're working on growing it versus the day-to-day tasks. You cannot be in the day-to-day tasks or you'll never get there. So I can't,
Learning
I found
learning
it very,
how to delegate. Yeah, learning
yeah.
how to delegate. And
Hmm.
that's hard for a lot of people because that control is it lives inside of our head, and trying to get it out of your head, this is where I'm working on right now. Literally, I'm trying to build it out so that if somebody can just step into this role and be like, "Oh, if I have to do this, it's so hard." It's hard letting go of that control, and it's hard getting what's in your head out onto something that's able to be followed.
Absolutely. Yeah, letting go of control, I see that is the biggest hang up. Because working with cleaning services all over the nation now, I see it all the time. I'm like, let go. You would be surprised that somebody else can actually do it better than you can. And we all think in our brains and our mindsets that nobody's going to treat it, as good as we do or do it as good as we do. And that's just not true at all. And
Yeah.
actually, you'll find out that people can do it better and faster because they're not as like passionate or they don't
Yeah.
have as much in it. It's more of like um I don't know, simplistic to them because they don't have as much in it. But that brings up a really good point is getting to that million and then getting up to 2 and 3 million. That's where you have this giant thing called culture that nobody can really like put their finger on, touch, or explain or teach it. It's just one of those weird things that you have to instill the culture to get past the million to 2 million. And then
I
you get
agree.
into some other crazy growth spurts along the way as well. But culture is definitely, I think, Maids and More culture is the reason for our success and our mindset and goal driven and not scared to think outside the box and do something different.
Can you explain a little bit of what your culture is like in your company? Because I know that's going to be the next question I get hit up with
Yeah.
is, what? Why didn't you ask her the question?
Okay. No problem. Yeah, at Maids and More, we're all like, I've always ran it like we're family, period. Like we're all here as one family together. And if you're not going to believe in that, and I know I'm an Aggie, so I guess we have this cultish mentality, but it's like we're a group of people that are elite and together. And if you want to be a part of this, these are your expectations. You're going to treat each other with respect. We're going to treat each other fairly. We're going to have fun. Like, number one thing is we are going to have fun and we are going to love where we work. And I always say everyone has a choice to work anywhere they want. We are going to make this the best place to be. We're going to make it that job where you want to come to work. And that's kind of one thing what we do in our goal planning session is we're like, what's making you not want to come to work? what is bothering you at work? And those are the first things that we get rid of, because we want to come in through that door and everybody be pumped about what they're doing that day, enjoy their coworkers that they're working with. And anybody who threatens that, that is, you are out the family. Not out
Yeah,
the
you're
family. Like,
disowned.
we take
You're
that, we
disowned.
take it so super serious. We hit our goals, we go have fun, we go get our toes done, we go on company retreats, we do all kinds of things, but we are serious about it, but we're also serious about the rewards, and we're serious about treating each other with respect.
Yeah.
So important. So important.
Yep. And it's important to plan those culture moments. You know, we all get like planning, but then we forget to plan the culture moments. Like,
Look, I am writing.
yeah, plan the culture moments. Like, plan
So,
the
do you
pedicure.
do it all the time, or the culture moments? Is it prescribed in once a month? How are you executing? Or no, well, you're not executing, but when you were, what was it like for you?
Yeah. Well, there's two different kinds of cultures now. We're talking about, we have management culture, and then we have the cleaning culture. So in the cleaning culture with the technicians, every month we have a staff meeting and we always do something fun. Every morning we always have the music going, the music playing. I mean, but yes, we sit down in our year. We have a huge Mother's Day event where we plan like this super special Mother's Day uh, breakfast, and then we'll do another big thing and at Christmas, Thanksgiving, and then we'll do, like, we try to plan something every month. Like, especially at Christmas, like, all the girls will bring donations. We'll wrap them and go give them to family member, like to a family, and just
Oh,
once a
I
month
love
there's
that.
always something that brings us together that's fun, and that point of time in the year, but we always make an effort to make them have fun. We'll do a pop-up karaoke mom's night out, and everybody will come to the office and we'll sing karaoke, and
No cameras allowed on that one.
no, I mean, the management team does such a good job about taking care of the cleaners, and they know that they're taken care of and that we're in support of them. And not only with the things that we're doing and making it fun, but also just paying attention to them and spending the time to actually speak and treat people like people. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
like spending like, take your 30 minutes in the morning and just greet everyone, ask them about their kids, how are they doing, how's their husband, etc. Like actually building the relationship. And I think everybody just skips past that because they're like, I got so much to do, and then they like
Yeah.
freak out. I'm
Yeah.
like, that's way more important than the
Make time. Yeah.
rescheduling Sandy, or that reschedules all the time. Like, that is
And
the
that's how I feel about with my cleaners. They're my babies. They're
mhm,
my kids,
mhm,
and I treat them like such. I agree wholeheartedly like that with you.
mhm.
There was something that you said that I heard, and ever since then, I'm like, "Yep." And it was your march to 1,000,000.
Yeah. Mhm.
Uh-huh. So, I have it written down on a whiteboard. We are doing our march to 1,000,000, and that was thanks to you.
Okay.
I heard that, and I'm like, I
Yep,
Well,
I
it
can
remind
well, I
us.
can remember what our reward was on that one. I think we went to the casino. It was like Vegas or Louisiana or something. But we were so proud of ourselves. And then we just it took off. I had no idea it was going to keep going after that. And it just got,
and it boy, did it.
it did.
Yeah, would you ever have thought now, can I ask you something? This is something that was also that it totally did you have a coach? Believe coaching is so important in our industry,
Yeah.
and I want people to realize that if you wanna get you can do it on your own, but having a coach and getting there much quicker to the people that have already been there.
hmm Well, it's accountability. It's like if you
Mm,
have a workout partner, you're going to obviously work out harder and
perfect,
lift
yes.
up. So I did not have a coach until about year 4 or 5, and I got a business coach that was not in the cleaning industry.
Okay.
So somebody who is in the tech world actually, and he worked with him for a long, long time. As background noise, eventually started kind of coaching myself a little bit, but yeah, I did. But he wasn't
Mhm.
cleaning specific industry business. It was just a business coach.
Very good. Let's revisit the March to the Million. So the audience is probably going, well, what is the March to the Million? Can you give us a
Right.
overview of what that was like for you?
Yeah, it was a really big push for us. I think we were kind of sitting stuck around 600,000 or 700,000 for a while, and we were like, we need a goal, and that's really when we really started pushing goals and then becoming fiercely competitive with them. So that was our big goal that year, that we were going to march to 1 million. It was like our theme. We even had a song that went behind it that we would play, and yeah. So when we hit the march to 1 million, obviously we had our reward. But on our march to 1 million, we finally figured out, okay, we can say we're going to hit 1 million, right? But it's not that easy. So you got to have, like, we would break down our goal. Like, we would have a big goal. And then under those goals, we would break down every one of those goals into micro goals. And then under the micro goals, we would break everything under the micro down into a to do. And then assign it to somebody with a due date and hold them accountable for it. So we had this giant sheet of things that we were going to, get done, but everybody knew exactly who was responsible. And that was the hardest part, is a goal is a goal, but if you don't break it down and like really get minute with it, it doesn't really get accomplished. And figuring that out, finally, I can do it as a higher level thinker. I can take the goal and get it done. But when you're managing other people to help you get it done, if they could take a goal and just reach it easily, they'd probably be their own business owner. So figuring out how to break all those goals down into little minute tasks and assigning them, and we hit our march to 1 million, and we did. That was the beginning of our company retreats. So after that, I think we've had wow, I don't even know, probably, I think that was like 2011 was our first retreat, maybe. And since then, we go on a retreat every year with just the management team. Like, we just got back from, where did we go this year? We went to a ranch in Texas and did, like, we were like how to shoot guns, and
Oh, the cowboy cowgirls?
yeah, we were on
Yes.
safari. And then this year we went, where did we go this year? We just got back and I've like already lost my brain. Oh yeah, we went fishing on the coast, in Texas coast. We had like 5 boats and everybody was out there fishing. Just something cool to do that really gives them a reason to hit that goal, and a reason, like, not only for your paycheck, but like they look forward to retreat every year because we do something super cool and they get to vote on it, as like, I want to learn how to fish. I thought day 2 that all of those managers were nobody was going to get up for day 2 fishing. Every single person.
Yes.
And I was like, this is so cool. Like, just
Aw.
bonding and doing that. So March to 1 million was the beginning of us figuring out how to break goals down, reward ourselves, make it a super fun place to work, and kick ass at the same time.
Awesome. So when you first implemented the start of the goals to the end of the goals, how long did it take you to hit the million marker?
I think we had to grow 400,000 that year, so it was a year. It was a year goal. hmm
That's
And we
awesome.
hit it.
Oh.
I love it. And
Yeah,
that
you did.
ties into the company culture, because now you've bonded everybody together. And I think that company culture is missing in a lot of business models, especially in the remote model. I see it a lot where the owner isn't connected to the team and the team isn't connected to the clients, and they get stuck at a certain gross amount and they can't figure it out. I'm like, where's your company culture? So
Yeah.
I'm sure
It,
you see it too.
yeah. It's a hard one too, because you want to create that culture, but then you also need to be the iron consistent person and that fair person. You can't be back and forth or absent. I don't think I really stepped out until 2024. So I agree. Culture is everything, but you also need to be consistent it's not like a thing where you can just jump in and do it every once in a while. It has to be consistent and fair and there all the time.
Just
Never
like
good.
pounding the pavement to get to here. We just recently I got my first huge, beautiful office. We moved out from a storage. Yeah, yeah. And I've had people literally at networking events ask me out loud, why does somebody like you need a brick and mortar? And I was like, company culture? How about company culture? I have employees and they absolutely love it. So this was a big deal for us and we are well on our way. And I'm really excited to, I don't know, talk about this today.
Yay! Good. I don't know how you're right. Like sometimes I'm very careful about what I say because there's so many different ways to do things and not all of whatever somebody does is the right way. And you may take little bits and pieces from everybody. But I will say that having a brick and mortar and having that centralized location and the girls all coming in every day and I'm seeing their faces and coming back every day, it is much easier to accomplish culture and retention when you have that.
Right. Right. And the guilt has subsided of I no longer I actually went through all of my dresser and nobody understood. Well, Shannon did. I was like, you know what I went and did? I went and got rid of all the work shirts. Like, c- that no longer is for me.
Uh-huh.
And I put them out and I was like, have at it, girls. so, uh, so I am happy to and proud to say that I am totally, absolutely 100% now mop free.
Yeah.
So getting this brick and mortar was the biggest game changer for me.
Hmm.
And it has really set the bar high for us. The company culture is great. I thought that I would have a moment of guilt for not being right next to them, working. And it's exactly the opposite. They're like, no, you're not supposed to be doing that. You're supposed to be getting us the jobs, Jamie. You're supposed to be building all this other stuff. So that's where we're at now. So
Yeah.
yay,
Jamie has to be focused on building more career paths for them. So you staying focused on the growth will help you create more longer term careers for your employees.
Definitely. What does your trainer to technician ratio look like? I mean, you said you had I wrote it down. I was like, "Oh my god, you have
140.
40 cleaning techs." I mean, is that like is there a percentage? Is it random? Did you come up with a special number? What was that like?
Trainers to what was
Trainers to cleaning tech ratio. So do you have like one trainer for every 20 cleaning techs I know you're only training when you're only training, but I just was
right?
wondering what that was like.
I'm a teams, so I do teams. I'm not solo,
Okay, perfect.
and which solos are great. I, I'm not
Yeah.
not saying
Yeah, yeah,
not
yeah.
saying you can't get to 11.4 with solos, but with teams, let's see. In Austin, we have around 50 teams, and we have like 6 training teams.
Okay.
So
Nice.
whatever ratio that is, 5 or so, say probably 5. So one training team, one trainer team to every 10 teams. Hmm.
Perfect. And then are they doing 2 houses a day, your teams, or are they
3
doing
to
3
4.
3 to 4?
Yeah, sometimes 5, depending if they're small or not.
Gotcha. All of that stuff. Are you providing company cars for them, or are they
Yeah,
doing their own?
my car's fast enough. We do have company cars at the QC. So I have QC managers on top of training teams. So
Gotcha.
I have 2 QC managers, so about 1 to every 25 teams. In Austin, there's 2 of them, so they drive the company cars around to like check jobs. So they're the QC managers are going to go check on jobs where maybe there was a complaint. We have so many different types of QCs that we schedule every day. Like if there was a complaint on a team from the day previous, we're going to go QC a job that they're doing the next day and go over the complaint with them. And then 2, we're going to schedule that same house to be QC'd when it rolls back on the calendar the next time it's cleaned. And then we have proactive QCs where we're just checking on each team at least at minimum once a month. And then we have training where we go and check on the trainers that are out or training the trainees that are out. We go check on those. So those QC managers are making their schedule every day and they're going to like 4 or 5 different houses a day to check in on multiple different things. And then also when just a crazy thing happens and you're like, will you go to this house?
So many crazy things over the years. It's just so it's amazing that our trade, our industry could have so many wild things happen to us
Mhm.
versus other trades. I don't think that the other trades have to experience all the crazy stuff that we've gone through.
No. I mean, we could all get together and write a hell of a diary for sure.
Right. Like plumbers don't have the they're like, what?
Mhm.
It's
It's
pretty
wild.
wild. Some of the stuff I'm like, oh my God, that's just wild.
Mm.
And then you said that you created the software. So and I'm going to revisit it. So it's a CRM and a scheduler. It does everything. And what's that like? Do they call you? Is it selected software where they can go like to Jobber and get it? Or is it like invite only? How does your software work?
No. So it is the same as Jobber. Like
Okay,
it
perfect.
does all the same functions as Jobber, House Call Pro, Maid Central, Zenmaid, all of them. And what makes us completely different than the other ones is, and I do get a lot of blowback on this, but it has a completely different way of scheduling because you're never going to be able to scale off of a calendar view and a list view. It's not possible. I know because I've tried it. And
Right.
it's just not possible. So we kind of switched the whole way of scheduling like in TCS that you're actually going to schedule off of a map and all of your houses are like dots on your map and you're actually assigning out of the map versus on a list because you really want to focus on the density of your routes because you want
Right.
those routes as close together because you need to keep your cleaners cleaning and making revenue and not driving around and then
How are you
building
getting the
the route.
buy-in for the client on that?
I'm sorry.
How are you getting the buy-in from is that part of, like, your onboarding, by the way, you have to be home, like, with the cable guy coming? How does
Yeah.
that
Yeah. We do not guarantee times. We don't talk time. I have at Maids Moore, there is no time talk at all. We don't tell you how long a cleaning is going to be. We don't tell you exactly what time we're going to be there because we would be lying and that is crazy and there's no way that we'd be able to like guarantee that. So
Gotcha.
when they're booking on the phone, we'll just ask them, okay, we have arrival windows, meaning that this is for our scheduling parameters. That means we'll schedule you within these hours, but you will get an email or a text the day before that gives you a more accurate um, arrival time. So the new arrival time after the schedule is complete will be within the hour or hour and a half.
Okay.
So yeah, so when
I
they
love
book it's like 8:30 to 11:30 or 10:30 to 1:30 or I think 11:30 to 2:30 as our 3 arrival windows. And they're all kind of like staggered. So I can put, I might have to put 2 8 to 11s because I might have a tiny one. So I could put, 2 first arrival windows on the same board, on the same schedule with the same team. Just kind of how you
Yeah.
stagger it. But yeah, and T
Yeah.
has those arrival window, tools in there as well. And so when you're doing your schedule off the map, the first thing you're looking at is density, and then the next thing you're looking at is well, it automatically reassigns it to the same team that cleaned it before. So you want to try to keep it with the same team. But then
Absolutely.
again, like we our customers know from the very, very beginning, we try to keep you with the same team all the time. However, there is no way that I can guarantee you that. But
There's
all that
call-ins, there's all sorts of stuff that happens. Right.
right. And we do have those special customers who like absolutely quit if they don't have Sarah. And if Sarah's gone, then they just want to skip, which is fine. And those are on the scheduling notes. But most of the 98% of our customers are okay with if you just lay the expectation outright in the beginning, like, oh no, we don't give exact times and we can't and we won't. And they're like, oh, okay. But if you turn that around and you let your customers say, well, I need 9:30, and you're like, well, I don't know. Like, no, we're not, I'm not, tell me what time, because
Right.
that's, there's no way I can be there at 9:30. So that, and then also when we're doing the schedule, we really want to focus on, well, first of all, we try to do the what makes sense geographically. Then we look at the arrival windows, and then lastly but least, we'll try to keep it with the same team. But our customers know that, you know, everybody is trained the exact same way. We all use the same supplies and equipment. The product at the end of the day should look exactly the same. And you probably won't even know if I send you a different team. So I think being there and being dependable is more important than you getting Sarah each time.
So I'm sorry, I just totally had a brain fart.
You're doing
It'll come
It's
back to me.
interesting because, yeah, the list and the list view, it gets quite long, doesn't it? It's like, okay, I'm going through and I'm making
find out
sure.
50. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I like that idea
Yeah.
of by the map.
Yeah, it's our biggest
It seems like it makes more
epiphany when,
sense.
yeah, it's the biggest epiphany when people switch over to TCS, because they're like, oh my gosh, I was sending her, because even though it was the same zip code or zone, you know, like I have one zone that's 40 miles, you know, like the
Yeah.
zip code is that many miles. And when they're doing their schedule, they're like, oh my gosh, I was sending her over there, then back there, and then all the way back down there, and then back up again. And I was like, yep, if you were doing it off map, you wouldn't have done that at all. You're like, oh, this,
And there goes a lot of profit, or, a lot of
and
gas.
a lot of employee retention. Like, you don't think
Yeah,
they're
they're
driving
like,
around in a circle going, what is she doing? This is it's annoying. I only get paid for clean time, and I'm driving around and she can't figure out what order to put these houses in, and I've already passed the same sign twice.
the same thing.
I remember
For
now.
real.
Are you,
Mhm.
most of your clients home when the cleaning techs are there or not home?
I mean, it varies. Yeah,
It varies. Okay.
it varies.
Like I have a more senior base, so a lot of them are home, like hovering. And you had also mentioned that you don't give them a length of time for the cleaning, which I would like to talk about, because that's like the second question after price is, well, because they're trying to
How
calculate it
long?
in head. Okay, how much
Hourly.
are they making, right? You're just like, dude, I got all these expenses.
Yeah,
So you just flat out say, I always say, well, it's a range. I never give an approximate, because then they'll be like, well, you left at 4 minutes, blah, blah, blah.
yeah.
Even at a flat rate.
We sell the scope of work. When we stop selling time, our lives get so much easier, because you're
Right.
gonna have to argue with people's interpretation of time,
Right.
because our customers all interpret it differently. Like, "Oh, I could have done that in 10 minutes," and I'm like,
Right. It's just a broom sweep. No big deal.
So you're
or
selling
it
the
took like
scope
an
of
hour
work.
and it should have taken 10 minutes. And I'm like, okay, now we're backwards time arguing. So I just stopped it. So we sell a scope of work, and it's these items on this checklist. And so whenever somebody asks me, well, you know, about how long will you be here bi-weekly, say, I don't know. We'll probably, it depends, because if I send a team, you know, some teams are faster than others. You may have, and then we rotate deep cleaning items. So we may be there a little longer this one time because we have baseboards are on the rotation this time. So I can't tell you, but I'll give you approximate and say, like, maybe 2 hours, maybe an hour less, an hour more. I don't know, if they make us commit to time.
Right,
But most
right.
of the time, I make so many excuses that they're like, oh, okay, whatever. We'll just figure it out.
you, you, you don't.
Yeah. And I'm like, no,
Yeah.
no time.
I love it. I love it.
Stop selling time. I like that.
Yeah.
Stop selling time and selling the scope of work.
Yep. And
And
also one times I know it's so much easier to sell that hourly cleaning, you know, like 2,500 square foot, that'll be 4 to 6 hours at $60 an hour. It's easy to sell that. I get that. But Oh my gosh, how many times have you argued about that 4 to 6 hours? And it just opens the door for the cheapskate customer to argue with you.
Yeah, sure
It's
does.
horrible. When we let it go and we just started pricing all of our deep cleans at 6 hours and didn't even tell them about the 4, life got so much easier.
Leave the 4 out.
Mhm,
Because it does, it's a 4 to 6 hours.
mhm,
Yeah, it's so common. I
mhm.
like that. That's great
And then we
advice.
also do, like, we bid it at 6 hours, right? And so some of the deep cleans are gonna run an hour over. Do we call that customer and try to get extra money? Sometimes. Well, actually, my managers have started. I just realized that they dropped it down to 30 minutes. I'm like, "Dang, girls, they want more profit." They're profit driven. I'm like, "I used to only call them if it was an hour." So, I got, like, leeway that way. And then, of course, if it takes, 5 hours, I'm not gonna call the customer and ask permission to leave. We're just gonna leave. So, in the grand scheme of thing, it all evens out, and you keep
Right?
your sanity.
We call it's gonna take more time. We'll say, "Hey, just let you know, this isn't what we discussed, and it's gonna be what we think," and we give them a range. And normally, 99% of the time, there's always that one person who's like, "I can't believe that you were wrong." I'm like, "Well, sometimes things happen. People live different lifestyles. I don't know."
Yeah.
It's just wild.
Extra time requests in TCS, when the girl in the cleaning software, they're inside the home, they can when they're in the app, they can click request extra time. It goes directly to the admins and notifies, and so we can handle it immediately. And usually most of the time that we'll, send pictures, we look at the pictures, you're like, no, that's a normal deep clean. You just need to get your booty in gear today. Like, I can't charge the customer more or they're going to be mad at me. So I'm sorry, 6 hours is enough for that job. You're going to have to kick it up. Because a lot of
Oh,
times
it
they're just going slow, and and you can't call the customer and tell them that because you're gonna have a really pissed off customer with bad reviews if you're like, "Hey, your house is dirtier than I thought, and it's taking the girls longer, so I'm gonna need to charge you another $100." They feel cheated. So I always make sure that the extra time request is
Legit.
legitimately validated. Yeah, like not just
I
okay.
like that. You can even they can request more time, send pictures, and yeah, I
Mhm.
like that. That's great.
Now, I know that you're not inside the business anymore, but if you could give me like a brief synopsis on what employee development and training looks like from cleaning tech all the way up. Do you hire from within for the office? Do you outsource that? How does that look in your business?
Absolutely. So when you're hired as a cleaner, you are yes, they are told that there's a lot of positions and room to grow in this company, and that anytime we issue any type of job post, we always issue it internally and give them a chance to apply internally. And then we even encourage somebody that we think would be qualified for the position, we'll encourage them to actually apply for it because sometimes they just need that gentle nudge. But
Yeah.
yes, I have 17 managers right now, and I would say that 60% of them, maybe 70% of them all started in the field as cleaners.
Okay, good.
hmm And sales is probably one of the most common ones that isn't isn't a move up one. We do
Right.
hire because our sales department we run remotely, and then they sell for all three locations. Um, so that one doesn't get as much cleaner from the field up.
Right. Right.
So you're
I get that.
outsourcing a salesperson in general? I mean, how does that
Mm.
work? I mean,
No,
because I've
so
heard people do it internally, but you said yours is remote, so I'm just wondering.
no, we have a sales manager.
Gotcha.
Kelly is our sales manager, and she manages the sales department. But they do all work remotely, but they're all using, the CRM. They're all working off the same leads. They're all working together as a team. And there's three sales. She has three sales staff under her that are just constantly quoting and booking cleanings, quoting and booking cleanings.
Now, do they get, like, a percentage of the closed jobs? I know some people do that as well, or
Yeah, we have monthly goals. Well, we break them down daily because
okay.
they were like, how are we? They look at their goals daily, but it's paid out monthly. So the entire sales department, if they book, like we have a set number of routines that we need to book for the month, a set number of one times that we need to book for the month. We have a percentage close rate that we need to hit. And I think there's one other thing. I'm not sure. I think it's maybe just those three things. And if they hit those three KPIs, then they are bonused per KPI. So let's just say it's 200 if they hit the routines. It's 200 that month if they hit one times, and then it's 200 if their close rate is at 50%.
Nice. I love that.
And then the sales manager will get double of the bonus.
Company, it goes back to that company culture.
I love it, Holly.
I'm telling you, when I let go and they started doing, and enabled them to I gave them the tools and the decision-making power. They were stricter and cranked out way more profit than I did when I was so heavily involved. I
Yeah,
was, okay, you go, girls.
yeah, yeah. It's when did you say you decided to let go? Was what, in 2024?
Okay, I'm a second child in 2012. I think it was 2012. I really let my operations manager manage all the operations. Really stepped away from that and just helped her and encouraged her to like when got to a point where she needed more help, then to create a position and help her hire somebody to find it, or I would have to cover for her occasionally. So 2012 is really when I kind of started.
Step back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So, and then creating those positions, what did that look like in the beginning? I told somebody that I'm hiring them from within, and I was like, "Look, this is gonna look messy. I haven't even built out this position yet." I was like, "But you've been here long enough and know how I run. Um, I need help."
I think I did a webinar on this. You're right. This is hard. So okay, in order to run your cleaning service, you have this giant checklist of things, right? Just write them all down. Every tiny little thing you do. Check your email, check your tech, schedule, finalize work orders. I don't know. Put it all on a piece of paper. Then you're doing it all, right? And
Right.
then you get to a point where you're like, I can't do it all. And so you have to what I call a checklist shift. So let's look at some of these things on my checklist that I want to get rid of or delegate out. And then you move those over to a different checklist. Right now you're writing your SOP for your new person you're about to hire. Sometimes it's a hodgepodge. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like the first person that was hired, we just called it like an assistant GM because they did AR, they did hiring, they did bookkeeping, like a random array of like ton of different kind of stuff because it's just how it worked. And then until you can get to like 2 or 3 million where you can really get focused and departmentalized, some of your checklists are a little messy, and it's okay that they're
Yeah.
doing several
Yeah.
things because we have quality control, we have operation, or we have, like scheduling, and then we have HR, and then we have customer service, and then we have, all of these are
Yeah.
departmentalized now, but they,
Yeah. 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 And they're totally okay with that. So that makes me feel good.
yep, just take your
I
brain, put
verbally
it on
said it.
paper.
I was like, it's gonna be messy, but
It is.
when am I not? When am I not just blah?
Well, the good thing is just pull the trigger and commit to doing it. It doesn't have to be perfect. I think we're all cleaners and we're
That's
all
what it is.
OCD and like super.
It has to be perfect. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's the thing.
if we just pull the trigger and do it and figure it out later, like sometimes that's the best way to grow. Like whenever somebody's like, "How do you know if you have space on your schedule?" I was like, "Book it and we'll figure it out." Like that's how you
Yeah.
get 11 million. Book it
That's
and
what we
figure it
do.
out later.
I have no idea. And yeah, like you said, those list views, it's sticking with me. Those list views are getting really long, and it's like, okay, you're trying to
Yeah,
go through it and look like, okay, just
yeah.
put it in there. We'll
We're
figure it
200
out.
houses, 200 or 300 houses a day. Try
Yeah.
scrolling on a list view for that. It's not possible.
That's not gonna happen.
No.
Let's talk a little bit about CleanCon. This is a I heard and I'm gonna be honest, so there it hasn't been any traveling for me in a while
Mhm.
because my I have littles and adult children. But when it came down to CleanCon, it came so fast and we didn't get a chance to go. I've heard nothing but good things. What was the concept? How did you just hang out and say, "Hey, I want to create this thing"? I mean, what was the evolution of CleanCon
Well,
and what
let's introduce the audience first.
I'm
Not only
curious.
are you running $11.5 million cleaning company empire, the cleaning software, you also are one of the founders of CleanCon.
Right,
Exactly.
And this this thing is taking our industry by storm right now. It is the new hot thing. Uh, Everybody is talking about it. I- In back rooms, I don't know how many people are asking me, "Hey, are you going to CleanCon this year?" I don't know if I'm able to because I have an 11-year-old. But tell us a little bit how that all came about.
Yeah, no problem. So our industry, I mean, we had ISSA, but and
that's kinda sorta.
they weren't paying a whole lot of attention to the residential side
No,
for
they're
sure.
not.
And then there's other like coaching programs that are out there, which are great. I love all of them. I'm really good friends with all of them. But there was nothing to like bring us all together, and everybody wanted it, but nobody was doing it, but everybody wanted it. So it was like, and I think I was at huge convention with Molly and Drew, and I had been talking about it for a while, and finally they were like, let's just do it. And so we did it. And then that was in August, and had our first CleanCon in March, and it worked out amazing. Like it's so fun, and it's great because I mean I tried to be in a couple of different coaching programs, but it didn't really work because I was like, like I didn't need the
Yeah,
coaching, I needed the connection, I needed the community.
the community is where it's at.
Yes,
Yeah.
and some of those other coaching programs are they're really expensive, but because they're worth it, I get it. Like they're worth it. But I didn't really need that, and I was like, there's a lot of us out there that just want the community and then to stay on top of our industry as far as innovation is concerned. And then also just some education that maybe is outside the box that we hadn't thought about yet. Or maybe let's talk to somebody to do something totally different in a totally different way. I've learned some of the randomest stuff from just a hallway conversation with someone that I'm
That's
like,
the best part in the
yeah,
hallway.
That's where all the juicy
yeah,
bits are anyways. And I love
exactly.
that it kind of it don't matter where you're at in your business. It don't matter if you're a $100,000 business
Right.
or a $5 million business. There's something there for everybody, and that's what I love. And you also have breakout sessions, right? With people
No, we
that no,
actually don't. No, we do not do breakouts on purpose. We want everyone in the same room. Because when you do breakouts, like somebody's missing something somewhere because you chose the wrong room. So we
yeah,
actually
yeah,
we're actually all in there together, but we don't have your traditional like we'll have a keynote speaker. We're about to announce the keynote in Austin. Okay, so I can't tell you now. But last time it was Mike McCalloway. So we're really trying to like dig deep from outside the industry, something maybe an entrepreneur that's been successful in a different industry. Because I think a lot of times nobody wants to hear me talk all the time. Like let's get
right.
somebody from the outside. And so the keynote speaker, and then we break down in different panels. So like on the panels, we choose people in the industry that have applied, and it's actually open right now at mycleancon.com. If you are interested in speaking at CleanCon, you just put in your application, and then we'll choose different panelists. We're going to have a couple of like short, maybe 10 to 20-minute speeches from individuals, but not much. Like it's most just panelists. And then on the last day, our big thing is our mastermind. It's a very like planned out thing. where each person comes to the table with a problem, and they've got the table for everybody at the table gets like 7 minutes, I think it was last time, that they're going to talk about trying to solve that person's problem. So if you got 6 people at the table, you've got 7 minutes each, and they're solely just blasting solutions at you.
Yeah.
The master, and then, the next person's problem, which is probably your problem too. Like, we probably have all the same problems.
Yeah.
And
No.
you're seated in a revenue, a similar sized company, because, like, we just got different problems at different revenue heights. So that is also a really cool thing. So
Yeah. The camaraderie of the whole thing is just, I love it. And nobody makes you feel like you're less than, like you shouldn't be in that room with them.
have you
That is the biggest thing that I've heard about this one is and the sales. There's no like
no selling?
we're selling you to
I know,
be
and
in
I'm
the
an
next
intimate
level.
vendor. I have something to sell you, but I don't sell you. Like, exactly.
Right. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So great. We're gonna link all this down at the bottom of the show.
I think you
Right,
just
Shannon?
described CleanCon culture. CleanCon has its own culture.
I love it.
Yeah, it's like a move. It's becoming a movement.
Yep.
I really no pressure.
Yeah.
No pressure. I really honestly feel like it's it is. It's the next big thing. It already is. We really don't need to talk about it. I heard that you've had a lot of fun doing it.
Yes, I
Yeah,
have. And if you guys ever want Molly and Drew to come on, we can most certainly do like a CleanCon podcast
revival.
if y'all want it.
Yeah,
We can have
absolutely.
Vessel on and talk about it. We can get some more details about it and exactly what's going to happen in Austin.
Absolutely.
Should definitely do that.
Yeah,
Yes,
because I
absolutely.
didn't do it all on my own. First of all, I didn't
No,
do any of this all on my own.
no.
None of it. So
But it was in a room at a convention at Hugh, and that's cleaning and cocktails,
yes,
right?
yeah.
Yep.
Well, Ricky was kind of our inspiration because he did that for the commercial cleaning industry. And we're like, why don't we have anything
I
like this?
went for the yeah, right, right.
Yeah, the cleaning and cocktails was the best bid of the ISSA, that's for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully.
I don't want to take up all your time. We always ask at the end if you have any questions for us. We're always happy to answer.
Oh, no, I'm excited for y'all's march to. Are you? Jamie's marching to.
I'm my march to a million.
And
I'm
Shannon,
doing it right live in front of our audience. They're watching me do
big
all
commitment.
my fails and my wins. Mostly they're just knock on wood, they're just mostly wins. It's just always we're always leveling up every month, every quarter, and we're gonna keep on trucking. So yeah. Yeah,
So
I have a march to a million on the whiteboard.
that's awesome. Haley, do you have
All
an
thanks to you.
actual podcast that you have done that you talk about in detail how you did the March to a Million so that I can reference it in to the
Yeah.
audience so they can click on it?
On my YouTube channel, I don't know that I've actually done a webinar on that March to a Million, but
Okay.
on my YouTube channel, the cleaning software, I have a ton of webinars, my presentation from National Convention. There's a ton of stuff on the YouTube channel. So go through there. There's all different kinds of information on there. I actually have a slideshow broken down about the checklist challenge and like shifting the
Okay.
checklist and managing managers and
If you wouldn't mind sending me the link to the YouTube channel,
yeah.
that way I can reference it in the podcast show notes so that they can look at it. Because I think that there's going to be a lot of questions about specifically the March to a Million, because that's the first hurdle, right? After you hit 100, then you go to the 250, then you hit the 500, and then you're at the 725, and then you hit the million, and then that's a whole different set of problems. So then
Absolutely.
there's the $2 million problems, and there's the $3 million problems.
Do you want me to put it in this chat?
You can put it in the chat, or you could just message it me on Facebook is probably the best way to do that. And then I have to make sure that it doesn't happen
Awesome.
for us to get it.
All right, you guys.
Well,
Thank you so
thanks
much,
so much.
Holly.
Yeah, we really appreciate having you on. My goodness. It was a great conversation.
Yes,
This
it was
was
my
good.
pleasure. And let us know if you want the CleanCon crew back. We would love to inform the audience about that as well.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
It is
And you said
September.
it's in Sep-
MyCleanCon.com. It's September 28th, 27th, 28th. MyCleanCon.com. The
Okay.
tickets are going up in June, at the end of June. So make sure you get that. And then you can use all caps, the cleaning software, and you get 10% off your ticket.
Well, that's so nice. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, no
Thank
problem.
you.
Thank you. You
Yeah,
take
have a
care.
good
Bye,
Bye.
you guys. Thank you so much.